Good morning, everybody. I just thought maybe this morning I might try and do a little video of me putting on my makeup and show you what products that I actually use and how I feel about them and how they work for me. And if any of you use them or any tips you can give me, I'd be more than happy to give them a whirl. I don't like to try swap and change so much all the time because I do find if I use products that are very heavy, they could actually give me a breakout, and I try to avoid that as much as possible. At the moment I'm using Gatineau. This is called Gatineau Age Benefit, and it's a moisturiser. It's really thick, looks quite thick and creamy, if you can see that. But a little goes an awful long way. So when I first get the pot I think, oh my goodness, that's a lot of money for all I'm getting. But you don't need an awful lot, to be honest. So I just rub that into my skin and try and do the upward movements if you can as much as possible. Because my daughter's a few years ago back got me to go for a facial. And I always thought my skin was in quite good condition. And I asked her, did she have any tips or anything for me? And she said the only thing she would say is rub it into the hairline, because I'll get a dryness around the hairline, to rub it into the hairline. Another thing I like to do as well is I go up the side of my ears and over my ears. I don't know what it is, we always seem to put all this moisturising body, but we never seem to put anything around our ears. And my ears can look dry. So just a little tip now on the neck. And obviously beauticians are beautiful, aren't they? You see them sitting doing all this here with their hands whenever we're laid back and they're working from behind you. It's obviously a little easier for them. But if we can do this as much as possible ourselves, because it's great for the drainage and good for your circulation. Okay. That's going in quite well, and the only thing I can feel, it's not tacky as such, it's you feel there's moisture in it, and that's what I need because my skin stays quite dry around certain areas, like especially my cheeks, sometimes along the forehead here. So I like to keep it as moist as possible. I don't really like a matte look because I think matte looks for me particularly makes my skin look dry and can almost like go to crepe things, especially around my mouth and here and around my eyes. So I try to avoid anything that's too drying. This I'm using now is it's from Gatineau again, and it's called Collagen Expert, and this is a serum. One pump should be enough. And I just tap it all around my face where I want it to go really at the minute. Obviously not forgetting the neck. Neck's one of the worst areas for us to show our age. No matter how much products we use, we seem to neglect the neck. To get that looking lovely up around the ears again. And that gives a nice space for your makeup and makes your makeup stay on a lot longer as well. Oops. Okay. Now I think I'm ready, and I'm ready. You can see a bit more colour coming into my face because I'm actually like massaging it and getting the circulation and everything going. I don't wear heavy foundation at all, to be fair. I actually only use a tinted moisturiser, and I use this number 7, and it's got an SP factor 15 in it. I've been using this for years. I do find sometimes that I get little pillar thread things here on the side of my cheek. So just before I do that, just this little take concealer and a pen. That's really good. Just go along like this. and just see if I can give that little bit of coverage. Say, because my moisturisers, it's a tinted moisturiser yet again, but no more moisturiser with a little tin in it. It really looks brilliant. So I might use that again a bit later on. This I use very, very little of it. Now I'd say it's not even a pea size. This is in medium. And I'm going to start to work it in. You can use a brush for this if you want to. But I find that I use more of the brush. And if I go any more than the size that I've just put on my hand to show you there, it always goes to waste. It never, it just seems to be too much. It's never used, and it is a waste. And see, I've still got some here. And I just put this around the bottom of my neck here. I'm not pale skin, but I'm not white, as we say. So all I just want is a natural glow. So even when I have a little bit of tan in the summertime, this here just polishes off. It's lovely. Yeah. I put the excess little bit just over my lips. That's that done then. And the other thing I've started trying recently is from Trini, and it's called Miracle Blur. When I first got it, I thought, oh goodness me, is that all I'm getting for my money? Because it is so small and tiny. And it is quite cakey and dry until you start to rub it in. So if I just put this little tip here over the creeping bits I feel that I'm more conscious of, like around my lips and a bit here. If I was just tap that on now, to me it's be too dry for me. So I'll put it onto my hand first and just like warm it up. And it's got a lovely texture to it as well. It's almost like a filler, so to speak. I've even not got a tinted moisturiser on. I just do this over the areas I feel that I'm not overly confident about. I'm always watching and looking at things for people over 50s makeup. Some people can just go too far and it just looks absolutely awful. I don't want to be mutton dressed as lamb, as they say. I want to embrace my age, still feel good and give me a little bit of confidence. Excuse me. And that hasn't removed the moisturiser I've just put on, so it's like a little filler. So whilst I'm here, I'll put on my little, let's see what I've done with that. This is number 7 eyeshadow primer. So I'm just going to take a little tip of that. Can be quite watery at times. So just put it on this, it's very little. I just always put makeup on my hand and use it, not over excess. It's easier to put on more than it is for you to take it off. I've seen many times I used to do it and find that I'd put too much on, and to try and get it off without it looking a mess is terrible. So that one little pump there just deliver it, and that'll dry in by the time I'm ready to go. So we're using that. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is put on my little bronzer. Now I use Laura Geller, and it is a bronzer. This is called Balance Bright excuse me, Baked Balance and Bright Foundation in medium. I only use it for highlighting. So, just grab a wee bit. I just put it here. My daughters are brilliant at this, you know, they use all these like contour things, and you look at them and think, oh my goodness, I'm nearly frightened to use it because it looks so dark. And when you first put it on, you think, you're never going to get that to rub in, but it does, and it looks really good on them. But I'm too old for all that now. I just need to keep it simple. So I've just put that, as you see, like from the ear bit to the side of my mouth, just a little bit long here, and also my blusher, then I'll go just above it. Let's just highlight it. Just tap that in, and then just a little bit round the hairline here. Okay. A little bit down the side of my nose. Around the jaw end. Yeah, again, this is like less is more, and you'd only actually, if you felt that you know, you thought the contouring wasn't bright enough. Some people want their face just to stand out, which is fine. It's not for everybody. Definitely isn't for me, because I'm like, oh my goodness. And you get worried, because I don't use as much makeup as I used to. And when I look back and look at photographs and things of me, what I used to wear on my face, I'm like, my goodness. It must have taken me forever to just get that put on. And the blush that I use is Brioche as well. And the colour for this is Rose. Comes with its own little brush, but I don't use it. And because my colour palette is so pale, I want to use pink. Years ago, it would have been peachy colours, darker colours in my cheeks. But we have to go with the flow, as they say. And just tap that into the ball of your cheek and to work up. Yeah, again, this is less is more. You can always add to it when you're finished and see what you think of it. Another thing as well, I use a lot of night creams and eye creams. But I really only find the benefit of an eye cream at night because it can stay on all night, it's not been disturbed. I find if I put it on a lot through the day, that whenever you're layering it up, it sometimes can make makeup or things that go into creases of your eyes, or you know, things like that, and you want to sort of get get benefit out of it. As much as I love it, and sometimes, to be honest, I'll show you the eye cream I have maybe in the next one. It's Getting Over the Well, and it's like moussey, and it's so light, and I just tap it on and leave it. I don't do a full eye of everything. I used to, but not anymore. Let me just find that pen. Just wait, put you get this on my lip. I love lip glosses. And some lip glosses are brilliant, and others are not so brilliant because you feel as if you're actually eating something. You can taste it so much. And it doesn't stay on. The first drink of anything, it's gone. And I'll show you what my favourite one is that I'm going to use today. This is a lip pencil for number 7. And I'm just going to outline my lips. I've got quite fine lips, so and just cross it over in the middle. I like the definition that lip pencil leaves. It's like an artist, isn't it? They sketch first before they colour it in. And that's what we have to do here. You can bring it outside the lip, but I find if I bring it out outside the lip, it gives like a bleeding effect. And I don't like that bleeding effect, so I don't want to be constantly checking it every minute of the day. There we go. It feels nice already. And this is the other one I use. It's number 7, Stay Perfect. I love these. I've had loads of different ones I've tried throughout the years, and the other ones used to make my lips dry. And the lip itself looked hacked and broken. The lipsticks are staying as sort of thing. Just dried out the lips and made the lips look as if you had a really bad chapped lips. I didn't really like that. Excuse me for one. Just got a bit of a sniffle this morning. This stays on all day, and I don't have to worry about it. So look at me. I've left it on all day and I love it. Leave it aside there. I'm grabbing that cotton roll. And that takes just a couple of minutes for it to dry properly, and it's nice and moist to lips. It's not dry on your lips. I don't like to always wear mascara throughout the day either. I think it depends on what I'm doing, because I've got a terrible habit of sitting and rubbing my eyes when I'm tired. I wear glasses as well, and I use eye drops in my eyes because my eyes could get quite dry. So I don't always like to wear wear mascara all the time, because that's when I would start to rub my eye. Just one second and I'll get that for you.